Hello, my fellow foam flinging enthusiasts. I am Andrew, aka Dart Sweep, and welcome to a very special episode presentation of the Foam Zone. It is Selection Wednesday for the Maryland Foam Tournament, brought to you by Maryland Mayhem Weekend, courtesy of the Maryland Foam Alliance and the UMBC HBZ Club. So welcome, everyone. Super excited to have you guys join us. Just in case you guys are joining us for the very first time here on the Foam Zone, normally the Foam Zone is a bi-weekly live streaming show where we interview people from the community, whether it be admins for clubs, club organizers, people that host large-scale events or run businesses, anything like that that is foam flinging related. We love to get guests on here and talk shop. So if that's something you're interested in, please contact us, and we'd love to get you on here. Friendly reminder to please like and subscribe and share this link to all your friends and family. We are trying to hype up this tournament that is upon us in less than a month, if you can believe it. Time flies, so super excited. But yes, you know the saying, it takes a village. So if you can go ahead and drop a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure to register yourself and your club at the worldfoamalliance.org website. And again, if you're not familiar with that, World Foam Alliance, we are basically a centralized hub network trying to connect everyone that has anything to do with foam flinging, trying to connect everyone together and provide resources to come together, play, create events, create clubs, provide resources for organizing and all that stuff. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and register yourself and your club at the worldfoamalliance.org website. We'll be rolling out some more features. Of course, we'll be at the Maryland Mayhem BlasterCon, so stop by and say hi. First of all, we still do have application spots available for the vendor spots for BlasterCon. So if you're interested in showcasing your wares or just sharing what you got, I think we still have about 14 spots still available. So we'll try to go ahead and link some of the links down in the descriptions during the live stream or after the live stream. You'll be able to find that information. So also, as you know, Survival Fest is gearing up as well. So be sure to check in on what they got going on. I know they are looking for sponsors and vendors still. So if you're interested, please contact them. Fantastic event. And they'll be happening at the end of May, going into the first week of June. Last year was an amazing time in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was in Pennsylvania. It's still in Pennsylvania, I guess, this year. But yeah, highly recommend it. Also, as you may be aware, End War did announce as well. So that's super exciting news. That will be the first weekend in July, I believe, starting on the 5th or 6th or 7th of July. I can't remember. But I know they are looking for sponsors and vendors. So if you're interested, please go ahead and contact their team. They have a new revamped website. Looks all snazzy. So definitely worth a look. Can't go wrong with visiting any of these large-scale events. Highly recommend. So, but what we came here for this evening, of course, is what we are going to be calling Selection Day, where we are going to be choosing the group, the teams in the group stage for the Maryland Foam Tournament specifically. And then we actually have some of the captains of the teams that will be joining us and hyping up their teams during the show as we select the teams. But really, we just wanted to do a presentation where we can go over the rules just briefly, answer any questions you may have regarding that. We have a couple major updates to this year's rules, so we'll let you know what those are. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please call in. We'll flash the number either up here or down here somewhere. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the live chat section. And then last but not least, if you haven't already, please join the Discord and Facebook groups for both Maryland Mayhem. You'll be able to find out information on both of those platforms. But if you have any questions after this live stream, please direct them to the Discord or Facebook group, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But yeah, so super exciting day. We'll be back next week with our regular scheduled programming for Get Off My Lawn with Al the Geek and Captain Xavier, who, of course, are going to be competing in this year's Maryland Foam Tournament. So definitely come check them out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So normally what we do is we have a guest introduction at this point. And we do have many guests for this evening, but specifically, I would like to introduce the head ref, my partner in crime, actually, one of the co-founders of the Maryland Foam Alliance, someone who has worked tirelessly not only for Maryland Mayhem, but also for the Maryland Foam Alliance, and probably many of you creating fantastic promo work, videos. Boom goes above and beyond everything that we ask him to. He's got a lot on his plate, and I personally just want to say thank you, Boom, Boomstick Mods, for everything that you've done and contributed. I've done nothing. I'm just here for moral support. The real people behind the curtain that have done most of the legwork are Boomstick Mods, Just Ben, and Cordell Warren. Again, my partners in crime with the Maryland Foam Alliance. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you guys have done for this. So if you guys see them at Maryland Mayhem or at any point, be sure to thank them. They really did a lot of work to put this event together. And as you know, putting events together is a lot of work. So do me a favor and just be sure to thank them if you see them. But with that being said, yeah, I'd like to bring Boomstick Mods on, who is going to be the head ref, along with game modder, I don't know what we call Adam, but one of our field admins for Maryland Nerf Herders and Boomstick have tirelessly been working on refining, updating, reformatting the presentation of the rules, which everyone is that is competing is required to review. That is your responsibility. It's also your responsibility to review the rules video that Neil just created and posted. This wasn't our original idea. Our original idea was to kind of do what we did last year and was present the rules in a live stream. But we didn't want to make everyone suffer through an hour and a half rules briefing. And magically, Boom was able to condense down that briefing into about a 20-minute presentation. So I think with that combination and actually reviewing the rules, you guys will should have all your questions answered, and it should be pretty straightforward. But we just wanted to bring Boomstick on here and go over the general rules for this year and talk about some of the changes that you should be looking forward, and then we'll open it up to quick Q&A, and then we'll move on to the main event, which is the selections of the teams for the group brackets. So Boomstick, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Boomstick of Boomstick Mods. Obviously, as Andrew so nicely introduced me, I've been one of the founders of the Maryland Foam Alliance that had been running games. I founded the Maryland Nerf Herders. That's been going on for over 8 years now. And obviously, this is our second official Maryland Mayhem event, with a kind of unofficial Maryland Mayhem event happening the year before that, which did not include Maryland Foam Tournament, which is what we're very excited to talk about for today. Obviously, we did our first Maryland Foam Tournament last year, and it was, in my opinion, a pretty good success. I was really happy with the way that event turned out, but especially for a first time, and we got a lot of really good feedback, and we kind of funneled a lot of that feedback into the updates that we've made for this year's Maryland Foam Tournament. As you can see with our current set of rules, it's been completely reformatted in a way to where you can find what you're looking for fairly easily. There's a nice glossary that you can use. Again, big shout out to Adam of the Game Mode Repository, and one of our reps, Justin, who also did a second formatting after the edits were already done. Justin went in and fixed all the formatting issues that came in when I was updating all the rules for everything. Big shout out to both of those two and all my other refs. who I have been using to throw the rules at, be like, hey, everything, look for mistakes, let me know, look for things that aren't clear, and we will get them added in. And that is what we've attempted to do with the rules for this year. And I believe we've done fairly well. Obviously, the Maryland Film Tournament is still very dependent on the honor system and everything of that nature, like much like a lot of our hobby is. And so not everything can be clearly listed out in the rules as it were, if it were where professional sports are now. But, it's always the hope to continue to grow, and maybe someday we'll get to that point. But yeah, the major changes, I would say the biggest change that happened for Maryland Film Tournament for this year is the introduction of first to flag, which you get 2 points for being the first team to make physical contact with the flag. This was our way of combating the a bit of turtling that we saw last year, that we were hoping to make for a more exciting watching experience for those of you who are going to be attending and watching the tournament. Even though it was a fantastic set of games last year, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching, even though I was a ref, very enjoyable. And we hope that this additional, at least in my opinion, the biggest rule change helps prevent turtling and create more of a energetic style of gameplay. And we learned a lot last year. Like, obviously, our time management wasn't as good last year as far as getting things going, keeping things up to pace. And so we had to make some last minute changes to like round times and everything. We should have a great system this time to prevent any changes to match or round time periods. And I think we've gotten everything exactly where it should be. Obviously, we'll know for sure after this year how well it'll work. But I do think that this year's Maryland Film Tournament will be even better than last year's. And even if you're not a player, I highly recommend showing up and watching and cheering for teams, because it is going to be intense. It is. I'm super excited just to watch some of those matches.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's for those that have no idea what Flag Dash is, Boom, let's just go ahead and explain the general rules and the point system, and then just kind of walk people through the general idea, the general rules of Flag Dash, just in case they're not aware of how this works. Flag Dash was kind of a compilation of other existing comp games, and we kind of took pieces from each part that we thought worked well, and removed parts that we didn't think were very conducive or effective, and we kind of hodgepodge that into this Flag Dash game. So if you want to go ahead and explain Flag Dash, also if you want any Flag Dash merch, be sure to check out the Maryland Foam Alliance merch store. Sorry, I had to plug that in. But we will have merch. But yeah, why don't we just go over the
I'm going to have to grab that Flag Dash hat. I'm looking at that. Oh, also, you'll see the phone number popping up on screen here. That's where you'll be able to call in and ask us questions, especially like clarifying questions that you may have specifically about the rules for Flag Dash, that we may better explain to you the rules of the game. We think we've got it pretty well nailed down, but obviously there might be something we always miss, and we'd be happy to kind of clarify those things for you. But again, please keep those questions to things not already listed out in the rules, so that way we can prioritize questions that aren't covered by the rules document.
And
heading into
before we get started, Boom, just want to let you guys know that we are going to open up super chats. So if you guys have a specific question that you definitely want answered on screen, go ahead and get that super chat going, and we'll make sure that we address that specifically. So, but Boom, I'll leave it up to you at this point.
There's also actually a web version as well if you don't want to call the link in the description. So that's good to know. But anyways, Flag Dash. So as Andrew said earlier, it is kind of an amalgamation of a couple of different things between what we've already seen in the hobby and a couple of things that we've seen from like other hobbies. like paintball. Like paintball has a very big competitive community, and so that's kind of like our adjacent hobby that we were able to learn some things about and apply them to our existing game. Now, flag catches, as the name states, there is a flag in the middle of the field. Two teams are racing in an attempt to take control of the flag and get that flag across the opposing team's boundary. Now, each team only has one life per player, or pretty much each player only has one life. So as soon as a player is hit, it's a single elimination. They'll put a hand up and they'll walk off the field. And the game will continue until either the flag has been taken across the opposing team's boundary, all the players of one team have been eliminated, or the 2-minute timer has run out, or whatever the timer is, depending on what round you're in. But most rounds will be 2 minutes. And it's a very fast-paced game. Obviously, 2 minutes seems like a short amount of time, but when you're in the round, those 2 minutes seem to last for a very long time with the decisions that you have to make. This is also played on a asymmetrical field, and we're very excited for the new field this year. It's we took last year's field layout and we updated it because we were able to obtain some additional inflatable cover, which we are very excited for our players to utilize on the field. And it's even more cover than we had last year. So what we had last year, pretty much double the amount of cover that we had. And our hope is that having this amount of cover will allow teams to be able to hop from cover to cover in a bit, I guess you'd call it safer way, allowing teams to actually get to the flag to achieve first touch, as well as like being able to flank around opposing teams and the likes of that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the different teams approach the cover for this year. But we've also, much like last year, we will be having 8 referees on the field again. You'll have your 2 center line refs. I'll be the one closer to where the elimination box is, and where the spectators will essentially be behind us. And then you'll have another ref opposite me, and then you'll have your 4 quadrant refs. So obviously 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and then you'll have your line refs even farther back than that. And just like last year, we're going to be trying to equip as many of them with GoPros as possible. We're going to try to hook them up to battery banks this year, so we don't have to worry about changing out batteries as much as we did last year. In order to help with the dispute process, which we also, I think, a big, huge shout out to Adam for helping to really dig down into like the actual dispute process. We'll have a designated dispute ref who will be taking the dispute from the team captain, which we will have armbands for all of our team captains this year. There'll be yellow armbands with a C on it. So that way the dispute coordinator knows this is the person who can call for the dispute. Nobody else other than the team captain can call for a dispute. And then they will be allowed to submit recording footage that they have that they were wearing on the field. If any of your players are wearing GoPros or such, they'll be able to submit their footage in addition to the referee footage. And we have a very, I feel, well thought out method for giving disputes. Like, we require you to know, or at least have a general idea of when it happened, where the location was, and what exactly it is you're disputing. So we really feel like that'll help make it easier for us as the showrunners, and make it easier for the players to understand, if you want to dispute, you have to follow these steps, which I think is another really good thing that we nailed down for this coming Maryland Film Tournament. Now, obviously, we don't want any disputes, but we understand
No
that
disputes!
In a competition like this,
no disputes and no regrets.
Obviously, we understand in a tournament where you have a cash prize as well as a list of other prizes. We've had a lot of prize donations this year that we're very, very excited. I might even give you guys a bit of a sneak peek at what we have for prizes this year. It's at least currently. The list could still grow. People could still donate more prizes to MFT, but currently the list is these are some nice prizes. I'm very jealous that I am not able to compete for any of these prizes.
Sure. So just again, so general rules again. Win conditions. So the object is to grab the flag, get it across your opposing team's goal line. Essentially, how does the point system work specifically?
Oh, thank you. So obviously, as I mentioned before, there is the 2 points for first to touch. There's also 1 point for each team member that you eliminate from the opposing team. So obviously there are 5 players. You're able to get a total of 5 elimination points. Now for the flag, which is obviously the big thing that you want to try to do, is the actual flag scoring. You will get 4 points. However, you do need to have at least one opposing team member still alive in order to score the flag. So the amount of points you can score in a single round is 10. Now, there are a few, I'll call them exceptions to that, that involve players intentionally breaking rules, which lead to the penalties of them giving points to the opposing team, which is listed out in both the rules, and we talk about it in the rules briefing video. But for a standard round, the max points you can get is 10. And it's really interesting to see. Oh, and those points. So a match is 2 rounds. So for the, especially because it's split in 2, I just started this earlier. This is why I have a whole edited video detailing all of this way better than I'm doing right now. The tournament is split into 2 phases. You've got the group stage and you've got the elimination bracket. The group stage, your points are cumulative, meaning the points that you obtain in each round are added together, and those determine where you end up in the elimination bracket. Now, obviously, we ended up expanding the amount of teams that could compete this year from the original 16. We ended up expanding it to 18, which did change some of the ways that we did the group stage to elimination bracket. Last year, it was everyone from the group bracket makes it to the elimination bracket, with the top 2 teams getting a bye. So they get to skip the first set of matches in the elimination bracket. This year, because we expanded the number of teams that can join, it is now the bottom 2 teams of the group stage do not get to compete in the elimination bracket. Now, it's still, in our opinion, better than a standard I'm forgetting the term for it now, a double elimination. In our opinion, it's still better than a double elimination bracket, because teams are still able to get 3 matches in, because the group stage, each team would be playing 3 matches. So it's not I fought a really hard team. Ooh, we got a caller with a question, I hope. Let's hear who we've got as a caller.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Who do we have?
This is Josh Abrahamson from Uno.
Hey,
Josh, what's
and
up,
one
buddy?
of our
How
refs.
are ya? What's up, buddy?
Hello.
We still got you, Josh?
So I'm still here. So my question is, I have never been to the arena. I was unable to attend the Pro Tour last year. And I'm wondering, is there going to be a timer that the players can see, so that way they know how much time is left during the round?
Yes, there is. If it's it should still be there. I'll have to check with the exact venue itself, but it
scoreboard
should still be a large scoreboard on the wall. And that, much like we did last year, we'll be tracking the timers. This will be both for the round timers as well as the standby timers for in between rounds and in between matches and in between the group stage and elimination stage. That'll all be up on the wall for players to see. Our goal is to, again, this year also track the eliminations on that screen as well. So that way players, if they look up, they will be able to see how many players of the other team have potentially been eliminated and how much time they have left to score.
The short answer, Josh, is yes, there will be a scoreboard that will keep track of all the time throughout the event, as well as player limbs throughout the matches.
Yes, and if players want to see pictures of the field, they are on our website for Maryland Foam Alliance .com/mayhem dash. Ooh, I can't. / Maryland Mayhem. I can do this. Under the Maryland Foam Tournament section, if you go to the bottom, there is a bunch of pictures of both the tournament last year and the empty field itself. So, but yes, as you were saying, Andrew.
Yeah. So Josh is going to be one of the head refs. So hopefully he's in your quadrant and you can say hi to him. But thanks for calling in, Josh. So again, major updates to the rules really is the new point system. So there's 2 points for the flag grab, single point for a player elimination, and then 4 points this time for a successful flag push for a possible total scoring of 10 points per round. So that's the major update there for that. Another update is really just a friendly reminder of what we call keeping the integrity and how do you put it, Boom? The sportsmanship of the game by not allowing self-elims to prevent a flag push. Which you mentioned earlier. So you can't intentionally step out of bounds or take a hit to prevent a flag push. There is a penalty involved in that. Through our play testing, we found that was something that people were trying to exploit, and we didn't feel that was right. So we made it a point to make that a rule for sure. The other thing I want to address, Boom, before we go into questions, more questions if anyone has them. And again, if you have any questions, go ahead and call down the number that appears below, or go ahead in the live chat, or if you want to specifically have it answered on screen, go ahead and get that super chat going. The other thing is our ammo counting check-in process this year.
Yes. We have a whole new process for dart check this year, which I'm very happy for because that ended up taking a good bit of time last year, and I actually saw a really good way of doing it at Ragnar Oktoberfest last year. So what will happen is you'll have your teams on the field, obviously, and then we'll be saying what teams are on deck. Those teams will then go to our dart counting station, which we'll have, and teams will go there. They will turn in their blasters and their mags and any gear, not any gear, but just their blasters and their darts. The person at the dart checking station will then get an accurate count of their dart, make sure that correct darts are being used because players are required to use the darts that they chronograph with. And then from there, they will be pretty much set to the side of the dart checking station and be waiting to be called onto the field. This allows us to get straight into the round without having to check darts at the beginning of the round, beginning of the second round, because you're going to have all the darts that you're going to have for the entire match. This is just more ways that we found to kind of streamline our time a bit. So by having players do their dart check at a separate station before the match even begins, that should save both our refs' times because they don't have to go back and forth. They don't have to worry about counting. And it allows our dart checkers to give a more accurate dart count. So that way they're not in a rush trying to quickly count how many darts. Like last year, because we were so short on time, it got to the point where I was just going to each player and going, how many darts do you have? All right, how many darts do you have? Instead of looking at all of their actual dart count, we just didn't have time to properly get the dart counts like we wanted. So this, we got another caller.
Yeah, so let's take this caller, and we're going to go ahead and take this caller, and then we're just going to give a brief overview of the entire weekend, open up to questions and answers, and then we'll do our selection day right afterwards. So, caller, hello, how are you? Who do we have?
Hey, it is I, the King of Games.
Ah, Kale. Hey. Kale, King of Games from Team Nebula. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you two?
Good. What can we do for you?
So I was just curious about, because you mentioned that there's now 18 teams, right? And that there would be an elimination of those 2 teams, right?
Mhm.
Based on their placement. It's like a 2-part question that has to do with score and rounds. But in the simplified rules briefing, it talked about the like situation of like there'd be 3 rounds versus 2 rounds. Just to clarify that I'm understanding this correctly, 3 rounds is always going to happen in the group stage, and then it'd be 2 rounds, and then if there was a tie, there would be a 3rd round in the elimination stage. Does that sound right?
No, and I believe this is actually listed out better in the actual rules document discussing both the group stage and the team elimination stage. The group stage is 2 rounds. It's 3 matches, 2 rounds each. There are no third tiebreakers in the group stage unless the teams at the bottom are tied, as in like you've got obviously your bottom 2 teams, but if there's a 3rd team that's also tied with one of the other 2 teams, those 2 will then go into deciding which one of them is eliminated. Obviously, as listed out in the video and in the rules, it first goes into, well, then we look at match wins. So instead of looking at overall points, it's all right, did they win this match, and this match versus the other team? And then if it's still tied, then we would go to our tiebreaker round for that. But no, the group stage is just 3 matches, each match being 2 rounds. The elimination stage is also 1 match being 2 rounds unless there is a tie. So I hope that answers the question from King of Games. Go ahead.
It does, but the second part to that, which is kind of like I needed to figure that out in order to ask my question properly, was at this time, since you know the predetermined amount of teams, and we're going to be doing brackets today, do you guys know how many guaranteed games each team gets based on the way that the brackets would be split up for the group stage?
3. Each team gets 3 matches guaranteed because of the group stage.
Awesome. Cool. I just wanted to clarify that. So it is, in fact, still better than double elimination because you get an extra match guaranteed.
That's the hope.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
That is the hope.
All right. Appreciate you calling in.
We've got more callers coming in,
like
so
we have another caller.
we will have to hopefully answer another question.
Hello, caller. Who do we have?
Hey, this is Django. How are you?
Jangular! What can we do for you?
Oh, no, this is Django Rumrunner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I missed
my question.
I apologize.
No, that's problem. It's easier, probably easier if I say Darshan. Anyways, my question was regarding the second blaster, right? So, yeah, so we are allowed to check in 2 blasters, and that's fine. And we're only allowed to bring 1 onto the field during a match, right, which is both rounds. Question is, can I have the second blaster on a sideline in case I have a jam or something, and I need to swap out in the middle of a round?
No. As stated in the rules, you are limited to that single blaster for the match. Now, there is an option for changing out a blaster in between rounds, but not during. Unfortunately, blaster problems, they are unfortunately a you problem. You can either try to fix it on the field during the round, or you can self-eliminate via stepping out of bounds. And that is the only, and obviously not to prevent a flag dash, but you are allowed to, that is listed in the rules as a way of self-elimination due to blaster or equipment failures. And you're able to swap out that piece of equipment in between rounds. Go ahead, Andrew.
I was just going to say, you don't necessarily have to self-eliminate. If you get a blaster jam, just change up your strategy and figure out how to get that flag over across the opposing team's field without a blaster, basically, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
And just because we had it happen last year, as a reminder, there is no hand tagging. If your blaster is jammed, you cannot run up and start tagging other players with your hand. That is very strictly against the rules listed out in the rules. because we had that happen last year.
Yeah. So let's go ahead, and we're going to hold off on the questions because we did want to. Well, if there are any specific questions, we'll get to that after what we're about to do right now, which is just briefly go over the entire weekend itself for Maryland Mayhem. So in case some of you guys don't know, there is a quote unquote warm-up mission for HVZ, I would say, on the Thursday before Maryland Mayhem officially begins. So Thursday night at UMBC, 7 p.m. We'll provide more information for where we meet and everything as we get closer to the date. But if you feel like joining us or at UMBC, just to get a little warm up and to see what it's about a little, you can join us on Thursday, 18th at UMBC, 7 p.m. So hope to see you there. It's a lot of fun. And then Friday officially begins the Maryland Mayhem weekend, which ultimately starts with the Maryland Foam Tournament. And boom, if you just want to go over the schedule just real quick and then go into HVZ, we will be having Lex, who some of you may know from UMBC, who is one of the organizers for the Invitational, will be on at the end of the show just to discuss a little bit about the HVZ portion of the event. And then, of course, on Sunday, we'll have the 11th hour Blaster Battle alongside our first annual official BlasterCon. So, or maybe we'll bring on Lex before the end of the show. Okay, cool. Excellent. So let's go ahead and just go briefly over the event weekend itself, and then we'll get into selection day. So what time do doors open for teams and the public starting on Friday?
So starting on Friday, our official time for non-teams for the Maryland Foam Tournament, we currently have that we set at 9:30 a.m. for non-teams or pretty much spectators and everybody else. They will be coming in at 9:30, or the doors open at 9:30. We will be pretty much starting the game right around 9:45, 10 o'clock. So we will be getting ready to go at that point, and then that'll go all the way up until 5 p.m. Now that's when we need to be out of the building. So we will be doing cleanup and all that before then. And it'll be an exciting day of competitive, fast-paced flag dash match after match. It's going to be a fun time. We do also have some of our higher tier sponsors. Some of them are going to be at the event with booths. So for those of you who can't stick around to Sunday, a few of our vendors, specifically the high tier sponsors, they will have tables at Maryland Foam Tournament. So, hey, you know what? Check that out as well. Really awesome people going to be there. It's going to be a fun time as a whole. And then who's on that list?
Who's on that list?
Oh, you're asking me so many questions.
Yeah, people want to know.
All right, so on Friday, the people who will be having booths on Friday will be Containment Crew, Silver Fox Industries, Dart Zone. We'll also have Out of Darts will have a booth there as well. Trying to pull up my list so I can get an accurate figure. Survival Fest will have a booth on Friday as well, as will Frontline Foam. And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I wasn't ready for these trick questions. I'm going to pull up my vendor layout real quick. No, very professional.
Well, regardless, it's a pretty impressive lineup. So if you don't, yeah. So you can always find this information on the website as well.
Yes, information is on the website. We also have Xbox games, Al the Geek, Foamdemic, and 3D Printed Solid. They are also there. Again, my apologies. They will all be there on Friday and Sunday, which will have all of our vendors, but we'll get to that later. But then after the tournaments, go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah. So that's our Friday lineup. And then, of course, on Saturday is the main event, which is the UMBC
You're actually
Invitational.
missing one thing, which leads into Saturday, Andrew. You're missing the evening blaster check. On Friday evening, they do have a... Well, you were going into Saturday. You can't skip Friday.
Well, I was gonna let Lex do that, but yeah, you're right. There is a early blaster check regregistration on Friday evening, right after or during the tournament. Yeah. But yes, we do have Lex from UMBC, one of the alumni admins that helps run the club. Lex, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey everybody, great to be here. So excited for the event overall and really excited for the HVZ event on the Saturday as well. As you were saying, Neil, yeah, we are going to have the pre-briefings, pre-registrations the night before on the Friday. More information about signing up for those registrations and safety briefings on our website, of course. And then we're going to kick things off Saturday starting around 7 a.m. and we're going to aim for a 9 a.m. game start. As you've probably seen on our socials, this year's theme is Wild Wild West. So you guys are going to be joining different factions in Retriever County, whether it be the Denim Deputies or the Midnight Moonshiners, in order to take on and complete a high-stakes heist. So it's going to be really exciting. We've been writing our missions, you know, really ironing out the agenda for the day, and we're just going to have a great time. So please come out. Please try our game. It's something I love. I'm very passionate about. The whole team is very passionate about, and we're just going to have a really great time.
Absolutely. So just a couple quick notes for that, Lex. If you want to go ahead and just explain starting conditions. Well, first of all, what is the FPS cap? And iPro is mandatory this year.
Absolutely.
Which we will provide.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple changes for this year. iPro is mandatory. It will be provided, but if you're more comfortable bringing your own, that's fine as well. We're also requiring orange bandanas. That way we just have an easier marking for our players on campus. And so we can let Campus PD know what exactly to look for when it comes to our event on that Saturday. Bandanas
which will be provided as well. Yeah,
exactly. So bandanas we provide for free, but if you have your own orange bandana, that's your favorite or gives you good luck, feel free to bring it. Other things to note, FPS cap is going to be 120 FPS for standard darts, and then for mega darts and larger, it's going to be an 80 FPS cap.
And do people need to know anything about specialty ammo, or there's specialty zombies, or any special ammo that they need to prepare for, or anything like that?
Gotcha. Yeah, so when we have any ZNPCs come into our game, that'll definitely be explained during briefing. I do recommend bringing some socks or being prepared to use throwing darts, just in case something comes up. Other than that, though, we shouldn't need anything too exotic.
Very cool. And what is the number one question usually is, what is the starting conditions? Are there any blaster unlocks?
Yeah, so we are going to have starting conditions. What that's going to be is for any blaster type, whether that's electric, non-electric, there's going to be a capacity of 6 as your starting limit. And what that means is you can only load your blaster to 6 pieces of ammo. It's okay if the blaster inherently holds maybe 18, 20 pieces of ammo, or if you have a magazine that holds more than 6, that's fine. You're just allowed to load it to 6. There's going to be a single unlock this year. Details will be explained when we actually get to the game, as we get closer to the game, as to what that unlock, how that's achieved. And then once that unlock is achieved, you'll be able to use your equipment without any restrictions.
Fantastic. So that's going to be a fun day. Where can people go to register if they have not done so already, and to sign up for safety briefings?
Yeah, so you can go to the MDFA website. We should have a Maryland Mayhem tab with a section specific for the UMBC HVZ Invitational. Once you go there, there should be an area for registration, not only registering for the event, but registering for one of the briefings as well. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ping us in the Discord at the UMBC HVZ channels, as well as you can always reach out to us directly at umbchvzofficers@gmail.com, or visit our website, umbchvz.com.
Awesome, Lex. I appreciate it. And I think if you're in the area any other time besides Maryland Mayhem, we have UMBC host nightly missions on Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. So highly encourage you to check that out if you get the chance. So thank you so much, Lex. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you. We'll see you at the Mayhem.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. At this point, I'll invite anyone that needs to call or get on the live chat or super chat to go ahead and get their questions there. Want to thank Dart Zone for providing the iPro that will be provided for the Invitational. They are also helping with chrono checks throughout the weekend. And of course, be sure to thank the Maryland Foam Alliance for providing the bandanas and some of the swag that you guys will be getting. So it should be exciting. At this time, I'd like to bring on
not just the Maryland Foam Alliance. We have a lot of sponsors. That's right. We could not do this out without all of our sponsors.
Absolutely. At this time, I'd like to bring on one of our Maryland Foam Alliance club admins, Cordell Warren, to talk alongside with Boom, discussing what to expect for 11th Hour Blaster Battle and BlasterCon on Sunday.
Yo, how's it going?
It's going good, Cordell.
Yeah, so
let's
Cordell,
talk about Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday is obviously our 11th Hour and BlasterCon, which is April 21st. First, Cordell has been who will be our main man leading with the BlasterCon, and I believe Andrew and myself will probably be more on the 11th Hour PvP field. Cordell, you want to tell them about BlasterCon itself?
Sure thing. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Cordell. I'm one of the admins at Southern Maryland House of Nerf and part of the Maryland Foam Alliance. And my job mainly is going to be as a concierge to the vendors. We have a stacked list of vendors going into this. Everybody from 3D printed solid down to who do we have? We have Out of Darts. We've got Out of the Geek. It's a list I can't even remember at the time. But my main goal is going to be
on the website,
getting people to and from things. Check the website for details.
Yes. So go ahead, Bill.
Well, we also have a PvP field for the 11th Hour Blaster Battle and BlasterCon. The doors will be opening at 10 a.m. for BlasterCon. With the way that the fields are, the BlasterCon will be opening up at 10 a.m. and you guys will be able to all come in, check out all these amazing vendors that we have. Again, they're all listed. You can also become a vendor. We still have slots available, although they are filling up. So if you're on the fence about whether to grab a table, highly recommend it. It's going to be an amazing time. Then at 12 o'clock, we will be opening up the 11th Hour Blaster Battlefield, where we will be hosting a 160 FPS blaster battles, where players or attendees will be able to come on the field with a 160 FPS blaster or lower, and we will be hosting some casual PvP games, much like what we host with the Maryland Foam Alliance on a almost weekly basis.
Hey, Boom,
it has been a lot of fun in the previous years. Absolutely, Cordell.
So, full list, we have Dart Zone, Silver Fox Industries, Containment Crew, 3D Printed Solid, Foamdemic, Out of Darts, the World Foam Alliance, Frontline Foam, Saber, Out the Geek, Xbox Games, Cobalt Designs, Gavin Fuzzy, Moose Mod Shop, Survival Fest 2024, the Maryland Foam Alliance, of course, Lex Sketches, Silly Butts, Griffins and More, Roboman Automation, and the Foam News Collective.
That's a killer lineup.
I see a bunch of question marks on the list of vendors. Anything we can say about that?
Yes, I think we still have 14 available slots if you'd like to become a vendor. You just need to fill out the proper format. Just head over to the website, which is Maryland.
And there's also There's a
there may be some
mystery
exclusive
vendor
merch. Oh yeah, mystery vendor as well, which is exciting. But also there should be some exclusive merch available only to Maryland Mayhem event that's going to be available only there. So that should be exciting.
Actually, no, I designed half of it.
So yeah. So anything else about 11th Blaster Battle and BlasterCon?
Cap is 160.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be running game types anywhere from team deathmatch to domination or King of the Hill.
It'll be
Titan Ball.
It'll be a lot of infinite lifestyle games because we know people want to be on the field and playing. So it'll be a lot of games like that, whether it's going to be domination, which we play, or we'll probably do Death Clicks. A lot of some of our favorite games that we play here with Maryland Foam Alliance. And as of course, just like we've done the past 2 years in a row, we will be playing Titan Ball as well. It's a ton of fun. Highly recommend checking out videos from last year, especially from 11th Hour. You can see just how much fun everyone is having out there on the Blaster Battlefield. I know some people plan on traveling back Sunday, but if you could stick around for the Blaster Battle and especially BlasterCon, I highly recommend it. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be a super fun time.
Absolutely. So just get the chat going a little bit. Go ahead and tell me who you're rooting for the Maryland Foam Tournament, if you have a favorite team or some players that you know of. Also, what blasters do you plan to use for the weekend? I'm kind of curious if you guys have a specific loadout for the HVZ portion and or what you're going to be fielding if you're participating in the tournament. What blaster you plan to use for that? You may not want to give away your secrets, but and then what you might be running for the 160 FPS rounds for 11th Hour, or any vendors that you're excited to see. Let's get this chat going. I'm very curious what you guys are excited for the weekend. Also, friendly reminder, please go ahead, give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and share this link. Share it to people that may not had a chance to tune in live tonight. Also, remember to review the rules video that Boom put together. If you want more information regarding the Flag Dash rules, please join the Discord and Facebook groups for Maryland Mayhem. Ask any questions that you may have there. But yeah, we are less than a month away. We're starting to get to that crunch time. And part of that crunch time is selecting the teams, the moment that we've all been waiting for and probably that everyone tuned in for and all the captains have been patiently waiting for in the green room. But yeah, let's get this selection day started. So I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. We'll kind of figure it out as we go along here. But we've created a wheel of fate, wheel of destiny. It's got all 18 teams listed on it, and we will give the cue to select our teams. And I'm not quite sure how we want to do this. Boom. Do we want to select the one team, bring the team captain on if they're available, have them talk, or do we want to select both teams and then bring both teams on at the same time?
I believe we're going to be starting with just pulling up both teams, and it's going to be both teams in on the chat. So we're going to be starting with, for those of you who have already watched the rules video, you may have seen the bracket that we're using. Obviously, there's no team names yet because we are going to be randomly selecting them live using our wheel that the World Foam Alliance put together. So it's such a nice wheel, I got to say. And we're going to be pulling up the first match of the day in the group stage, and it's going to be very exciting. Let's see which teams we're going to have.
Before we do that, actually, I just want to go over let's just list the 18 teams and then quickly just go over the prizes that are going to be available, and then we'll select the teams so everyone knows what they're playing for.
All right.
So a list of teams.
So let me pull
Boom,
up
if you want to go ahead and tell everyone the teams that are competing this year.
All right. So for this year, we have quite a few returning teams, which we'd love to see, but we also have some new teams. So let's go through it. we've got the returning A-Team. We've got returning Foam Rain. We got returning Mystic Vapor. I'm going to stop saying returning. We've got Team Frumble, Rascals, Magic Smoke, Orca Company, Uno Draw 5, Team Mega Devil XLs, Flower City Fallout, and Team Smog is returning, but under the Nebula banner. So those are our returning teams. New teams we have for this year is Nebula International, D Squad, Impact Dart League, Code Red RPI, Uno Reverse, Dart Royalty, and this logo doesn't have a name. Team. I feel bad now. I got to pull up my actual list with their names on it. I was doing so well. Team, what's your name? Midnight. Team Midnight. Thank you. Apologies, Team
Sorry,
Midnight.
Thomas.
Your logo doesn't have your name on it, and so I had to go in. There's too many names to remember. And so we've got a total of 18 teams competing in the Maryland Foam tournament. And we're excited to have all of you competing. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm super excited. I feel like we've all the teams that are involved, we've all kind of gone on this journey of trying to, legitimize the comp aspect of foam flinging. So it's been a pleasure and super exciting to see us evolve together. And we have some pretty amazing teams competing here. I'm super excited. What are they competing for this year, Boom?
So here is our full current list, not full list, current list of all the prizes that we have for the top 3 teams. Obviously, starting with, I'm going to start with third place. We're going to work our way up. So third place, first thing your third place gets $300, a $50 Containment Crew gift card, a Prometheus expanded hopper from 3D Printed Solid, as well as 4 Chronos holsters, also from 3D Printed Solid. For second place, you're getting $500, a $75 Containment Crew gift card, a Prometheus small god hopper from 3D Printed Solid, a Nemesis expanded hopper from 3D Printed Solid, 2 Magnus holsters with blasters from 3D Printed Solid, and 2 Chronos holsters from 3D Printed Solid. 3D Printed Solid just sent me a long list of prizes. It was so cool. But now, first place. First place, you're going to be getting $1,000, a $125 Containment Crew gift card, a Prometheus large god hopper from 3D Printed Solid, a Prometheus front end from 3D Printed Solid, a Nemesis expanded hopper from 3D Printed Solid, 2 Cyclone shock holsters with blasters from 3D Printed Solid, and 2 Chronos holsters from 3D Printed Solid. You'll also get an XFA1 for each player from Xbox Games, and you'll also be getting a modified X-Shot Longshot Pro for each player from Al the Geek. You're right. On my list, I realized each place will also be getting blasters from Dart Zone. Andrew, do we currently have a list of the Dart Zone blasters that are going to be prizes, or is that still not available to us yet?
No, we have that.
But you might have that.
We have that confirmed. We have for first place Omnias. Second place should be Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, Mark IIIs, and for third place should be Solos.
Which honestly, all 3 of those great blasters, and so that'll be 1 for each player on that team.
And not only that,
it's going to be a fun time.
Not only that, I do believe Dart Zone will be providing a very special award that we'll announce the day of the tournament as well. So,
secret awards, love those. So that's what we're playing for. And I don't know about you, but these are some great prizes. I'm very jealous to not be able to compete for some of these prizes. They are. Ben is also reminding me that I forgot another prize. Both first, second, and third place teams will be getting custom engraved cups from Silver Fox Industries. Now, there will be different size cups for first, second, and third. But even still, if you've seen their engraved cups that they have, they are so nice. I've gotten one from them from every event. And so, fantastic prize. Yeah. So Silver Fox Industries also has prizes. I apologize if my list is a little out of date, unfortunately.
We forgive you.
But that's our current prizes.
So
let's get to these brackets, Andrew.
A lot is at stake, but the most important thing to remember is no disputes.
Let's see who's going to be Team 1 for Group A. Spinning. Who we got? Who is first on deck?
All right. No whammies. Big money.
Frumble!
All right. We have Team Frumble as team number 1.
And now for the next team in the first match, Chris Caruso.
And Mystic Vapor.
Now, we do have a stand-in for Mystic Vapor with us. That'll be Jesse, who is the part of the sister team, Magic Smoke. He will be speaking on Mystic Vapor's behalf. And I believe for Frumble, we have Chris Caruso.
Can we get... All right, we're going to get them on screen in just a second.
Now, these are both returning teams from last year. So we've seen them play, and they're both quite good teams. So I'm going to be excited. Hey, look, we've got Jesse from Magic Smoke speaking on behalf of Mystic Vapor, and Chris Caruso for Team Frumble.
All right. Let's see. Jesse, how are you? Flankmaster Flex in the house. You're representing Mystic Vapor at this moment. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Mystic Vapor?
For sure. Hey, everyone. So Jeremy, or also known as UPW Design, is the captain of Mystic Vapor for this year. He's not able to join us today, but since we're sister teams, I'll go ahead and introduce them. On their roster, they've got Jeremy, Justice, Dean, Chara, Kirby, and Anthony. Mystic Vapor is a team from Maryland. They don't have a battle cry, but I think something Jeremy would probably say is their strategy for this upcoming tournament is don't lose. I'm pretty sure that's somewhere in Sun Tzu's writings. So that's Mystic Vapor. We're looking forward to playing with Frumble in this upcoming tournament.
Very cool. And on the other side, we have Chris Caruso. Caruso, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Can you hear me?
How are you? Yep.
Good.
Yeah. Tell us about Team Frumble, man.
So we're mostly based out of Ohio, and we have some players from Michigan as well, but we got a full squad. This year, we're going to be returning with most of our players. Some you've seen, some you haven't. We're very excited to play Mystic Vapor. We haven't played them yet, so that should be a great matchup, and we're just looking to have a great weekend. Thanks for putting this together, and we're excited to see what happens.
Absolutely. And if you've had a chance to compete in a lot of comp events, what are some of the events that you guys have competed in before, and what do people need to really look out for when they're going up against Frumble?
Well, I mean, we like to move fast. We look for quick eliminations and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting with the flag push this year. But yeah, we've competed in Maryland last year, Boiler Dome, and then Foam Pro Tour. Also the Dart Zone Pro Tour. So I mean, we've been around for a while. A lot of familiar faces on the tour, and like I said, we're looking forward just to seeing everybody this year.
Yeah, you guys can't see this on screen, but there's definitely a rivalry already brewing behind the scenes here. We have a dispute already called by A-Team up against Caruso, so you got to watch out. The rivalry's real.
Jeff Blue, we're coming for you, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be awesome. Excellent. Well, we really look forward to seeing Frumble in April. Definitely get your practice in, and we shall fling foam together then. So really appreciate you coming on and looking to see Team Frumble compete. So appreciate both Mystic Vapor and Team Frumble being able to be here.
Thanks for having us.
So it's going to be a strong first match. Very excited. So let's move on to the first match in Group B. Now, this will be our first match in Group B. We will be changing from group to group to group. So these next two teams will not be in the same group as Frumble and Mystic Vapor. Who do we got first? Magic Smoke. It'll be Smoke. They're in a separate group than Mystic Vapor, so that'll be nice to split them up, get them spread out some. That is also Jesse again.
Big money, no whammies, no whammies, and stop.
Reverse. Now, this will be interesting because these teams actually play together somewhat frequently. I know a bunch of our Maryland crew likes to drive up to New Jersey to play at TNT events. So I'm very excited to see these two teams. So Uno Reverse, we have... Okay, man, I have it marked down.
It's Darshan.
Thank you. So we do have both of these team captains here as well. And in fact, we just saw Jesse not a second ago. So we get to see Jesse again.
Yep. Darshan and Jesse. Should be... well, Darshan called in earlier, so maybe we don't have...
Oh, no, I apologize. It's not... We do not have Darshan. I apologize. I was incorrect.
But we do have Jesse.
We do have Jesse.
But we do have Jesse. Jesse, long time no see. Dispute. Yep, we got another dispute from 18.
Just when I get out, they pull me back in. All right. Hello, everyone. Jesse again, introducing Team Magic Smoke, which I'm captaining this year. We've got on our roster, we have Sarah, Ben, Kobe from Cobalt Designs, and Sam, better known as Archer. Most of the team is from Maryland. Sam is a Marylander in spirit. We're okay adopting her, but she is from New Jersey. We don't really have a battle cry, but instead of saying good luck before games, we say good hunting. It comes from one of my favorite shows, The Expanse, but it's also just fun to say. And then, yeah, for strategies, our main strategy is we work together well off and on the field. We're all friends. We hang out outside of Nerf. We hang out after Nerf. And that adds up to just being able to anticipate and support your teammates' moves. So we work together smoothly. Just, yeah, if you have low drama and a group of friends, it makes it easy to play together and work together well on the field. And it makes it the most fun, win or lose. So looking forward to playing with the Uno folks.
Do you have any thoughts about... That's what I was actually going to ask. Do you have any thoughts about playing against people who you play with somewhat frequently in your very first match of the tournament?
Yeah, so the Uno guys have really upped their game over the last couple of years. They've gotten some excellent cover at their club. They've gotten really good at running events and live streams, and it is well worth the drive for us. It's about 3 hours one way to get up to New Jersey from where we are. Absolutely worth it to play with some folks who are fun to be around, and they're excellent players. And they often try things that we don't try in Maryland, and so it's really good to go play with them in New Jersey, and then they try something on the field and we're just surprised by it, and it makes all of us better players, being able to go up there and just kind of get that diversity of experiences with them. So really looking forward to playing with them in April.
Absolutely. And I do want to thank...
We do seem to have... I was going to say, it looks like we do have someone stepping in to speak for Uno Reverse. It looks like it's going to be Zelkos, the head of TNT, who obviously he runs these TNT events, so he can speak a lot about Uno Reverse.
Yeah, thanks for... I'm glad I can throw in. So basically, yeah, Uno Reverse is a TNT-born team. They basically, when Maryland announced that they were going to do, and there was a lot of open spots, they threw together a team of, I would say, newer to TNT events people that combined came out to some really good talent. They've been learning with us for the past I would say 6-7 months, and they've been really, really strong talent and have a good leader by a captain named Darshan. There's a couple of new people that we've loved seeing at TNT that are strong competitors that they would definitely be something to be wary of on the field.
Well, we're very much looking forward to this first stage of Group B. So thank both of you for talking about your teams. Very excited for the starting of Group B.
I do want to thank TNT specifically for helping us play test throughout the year. Flag Dash. They've been running these clinics and they provide us feedback. They've tried to break the game, which we've had to.
We did break the game, though.
There you go. So thanks to them, we have been able to improve, make many improvements to the game. So we appreciate you guys. And again, if you guys ever get a chance to make it up to Jersey for one of their clinics, captain's clinics or scrimmages, highly recommend it. Indoor soccer field. Very highly competitive gameplay, so highly recommend it. So appreciate you guys for doing that. And then so let's bring on the wheel of destiny again.
All right, let's see who's starting off Group C. So again, this is separate group than the other two teams. We're having a total of 3 different groups here. Who do we got? We got Impact Dartling, who I do believe we have waiting in the wings.
You got Josh.
So who are they going against?
Big money, big money.
Who we got? Group C.
A-team.
And we got the A-team. All right.
Keep that up.
Exciting first match for Group C. I believe we have both of these captains in the chat for this one. Yes.
Yeah, we have we got Josh with IDL and we got Blue and Hicks from A-Team. So if we can go ahead and get their feeds on, A-Team and Josh.
They should be labeled as A-Team.
They're the guys with the dispute sign up. That's right. Keep the sign up. It'll be really easy to hit you.
Already got our first dispute of Maryland Film Tournament.
It's all right.
That's
I'm
right.
excited.
So
we know.
Yeah. So Josh, why don't you go ahead and just go ahead and introduce IDL?
Sure thing. Yeah, we are the Impact Dart League team. So we are a Georgia-based team. We took over the Atomic Dart League, which I saw your post in chat there, Jeff, talking about how Atomic's still looking for you. Well, we're coming. And in the first round.
I love it. And who do you have on your roster, Josh?
Sure thing. So on the roster is myself will be playing as the coach. We have the co-owner of the team, which is Michael Brawley, who Jeff has played with in our 3v3s. On top of which we have Will Saunders, Beth Vega. Also, she meant to ask, is there an open bar?
So let's just say there is a concessions stand at the venue. That's all I can say.
Gotcha. It's a gray area. Got it.
Water.
The rest of the team, we have Matt Munoz, Evan Williams, Kelly Grubb, and then we do have a special secret player who goes under the name of Richard Ryder.
Ooh, secret. Excellent. And what strategy do you have going into this battle with A-Team now that you know you're playing them?
Well, so because we're against A-Team now, we're just going to keep on saying they're at fault, and they're just going to be saying sorry so much they can't shoot us. That's all we're going to do. Again, keep the sign up. It's really easy to hit that sign.
That's funny. Excellent. All right. Well, let's bring our boys Blue and Hicks on from A-Team. What is your battle cry? Everyone knows it. There we go. Tell us about A-Team, guys.
Well, we'll start with the roster. I'm Blue. I'm the captain.
I'm Hicks. I'm kind of the other captain.
Yep.
We don't really have a lead.
And then to fill out our roster, we have Adrian, which most of the people should know. They're listening to this feed.
Buff Daddy Nerf.
Buff Daddy Nerf. We have Colin, who's the admin for New York. What is it? Western New York Nerf Club. And then we have our youngest member that brought our age average down a fair bit is Dan.
What was it,
from Ohio
three years?
Yes. Because we were the old man team until Al and Maritime decided they were going to play.
That's fun. That's funny. So,
go ahead.
No, what was it?
I was just going to say, we first came together and played for the stuff for the 2019.
The OG Foam Pro Tour.
That's right. So, what other tournaments have you guys competed in? Because you guys have some serious rivalries going on for sure.
Well,
what haven't we competed in?
It depends on for full team on the Dart Zone qualifiers, right? Frumble, Dispute. We did the Foam Pro Tour. We did BPOC. And a couple of the other smaller things. And then me and Buff both went across to the West Coast and had A-Team Light and did King of the Hill one year. And then I myself also went down and did the 3v3 at Atomic.
Yeah, big shout out to all the honorary hosers out there who have come out and supported us when we needed you.
So what do you think your strategy is going to be going into the tournament this time, since you've had an opportunity to compete before?
Shoot people.
Don't get tagged.
That's fair.
Cover who's ever going for the flag.
That's right. And is there anything specifically that people should be watching out for from A-Team besides you two?
The darts.
Shenanigans.
Facts. Absolutely. And disputes.
We're very excited to see you all playing your first match.
We always love to joke the fact that although we always come out to compete, our number one rule is having fun. And if we're not having fun, then something's gone horribly wrong.
Absolutely. And I actually am going to vote for you guys to bring your dispute stick with you, and then we'll use that actually to make the dispute calls.
I literally picked this up about 5 seconds. Just a Sharpie tape to
Oh man.
Like that. Well, I think
workshop.
I think we're all excited to see you guys compete, and if we all on three want to go ahead and do the catchphrase, I think everyone will enjoy that. So 1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
Awesome, guys. All right, let's move along to
we are heading back
Wheel
to
of
Group
Destiny.
A.
We'll go ahead and get that spinning. No whammies, no whammies. Big money, big money, big money. No whammies.
We get to see this will be people in the same group as Frumble and Mystic Vapor. So we are back to Group A. Very exciting. Flower City Fallout. Let's see who the first match, this will be the second match in Group A. Who will they be fighting in their first match? Be going against Orca Company.
Orca.
So we got Flower City Fallout versus Orca Company. All right, this is going to be an exciting match.
So these are two pretty heavy hitting teams. We have a Chance from Flower City Fallout from the Rochester area, I believe, and we have Jeremy from Team Orca down in Florida. Awooga. Thank you guys both for joining us. Super excited to have you guys here. Chance, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Flower City Fallout this year.
Yeah, so you guys hear me? I don't know if the microphone's working or not. Sweet. All right. Yeah, so we got started 2022, a little bit before Foam Pro Tour, and did good there. And then showed up to last year's Maryland Foam tournament and got our butts kicked, so we decided to change up the game a little bit and try harder. So we're going to be doing that. We also had a couple of roster updates since the last time we were there. So now we got myself, we got Brian and Brandon were here ever since the inception of the team. We brought on Ian, who goes by Red Cal, and asked me specifically to call him that here. We've got Arvid, who used to play on Rochester Radioactive. He'll be coming with us. Peyton and Nate and Carl were also all on the team previously and will be coming with us as well.
Very cool. So going into this year, after competing last year, what is your strategy?
So the main strategy that we didn't have last year, on account of being arrogant and coasting, is that this year we're actually working, and we have been, and we're going to keep doing that. And the main strategy is just work harder than everybody else. So when it comes time to compete, you do better than they do.
Absolutely. And you guys are known for really having some heavy hitters. What should people be looking out for this year?
About the same thing that Blue was talking about. Watch out for the darts.
That's fair. And
I think we might have.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll go ahead and introduce it. Next, we've also... I'm taking over Foam Zone. All right. Well, until Andrew gets back.
You got it.
Now let's take a moment
I'm
and
back.
Hear from...
No one wants to watch me anymore.
Oh, he's back.
Yes. No one wants
Let's
to see me
hear
anyway,
from the team captain from Orca Company.
Hey,
yeah, we got Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you?
Doing well. So as I said, my name is Jeremy. I'm from Orca Company, and I hope most of you remember our fight we put in last time, and we're ready for more. Our team is mostly from Florida. We've got a few guys flying in from both California and from Ohio, and we play at Sunshine Dart League. And we started as just a group of friends playing HVZ, and a few months later we played at Cold War 2021. And since then we've been practicing a whole lot more together and playing at a few different tournaments. We're extremely grateful for those that have helped us in getting where we need to play at Maryland this year. And so shout out to our sponsors this year, which are Containment Crew, Headshot Kinetics, Silver Fox, Silly Butts, Taffy, Ton, and Pink Dragon Tuning. And we've been putting a lot of work in this off season, as you could call it. And we're hoping we really put in a good show both at the tournament and at the HVZ, which is one of our specialties. And then most of our roster is the same from last year. And we had such a great time, so we all wanted to really come back. We have Edmund Cintron, Michael Hamilton, David Lessman, Diego Mateus, Jason Malo, and myself, Jeremy Cahow, returning this year. And then two players that couldn't make it last year but really wanted to come out this year are Clint Sumapong and Cameron Large.
Very cool. And
now, Orca Company took third last year. Do you guys have any specific strategies that you hope will bump Orca Company up past the two teams that beat you guys last year?
Yeah, so last year we started off a little bit slow. That definitely affected us as a different format than what we're used to. We're used to playing lower cover density, lower dart count games. That was definitely an awakening, and we caught on as fast as we could. And this year we've been practicing really hard with that different format more. We've been playing it at SDL. We've been scrimmaging with Beef Squad. So that higher tier of gameplay, faster paced, is definitely something that we're more ready for this year than we were last year.
Yeah. I mean, what I really enjoy about Orca Company is that you guys really have kind of taken that MIP, most improved team, honestly, from when you guys qualified or did the qualifiers down in Florida for the Foam Pro Tour back in 22, and then making your way. It's very inspiring to see the evolution and improvement of you guys every time that I see you guys. And like I was trying to say, I had the pleasure of competing with Edmonton and Michael at FPT at Endor this year. So I'm really excited to see you guys compete again this year. And I think you guys are going to give people a run for their money. What should people be on the lookout for Team Orca this year?
we've been doing great with our team communication. We're going to be doing the same thing, putting in the same work we were last year. We're a very gritty team. We're going to go in there. We're going to do what we can, and we know that we're going to put our best out on the field. And we're not going to leave any stone unturned. We're going to do everything that we can on that field and leave it all out there and fight for it.
Awesome. And can we get a round of applause for the Orca Company team logo? It's one of my favorites, honestly.
Thank you. We love our logo.
And of course, we love your team chant too, which is 1, 2, 3.
Awooga!
Awooga!
That's right. So always get a kick out of hearing that battle cry. So so that should be super exciting. Are there any teams that you're looking forward to for both of you guys? Are there any teams specifically that you guys are looking forward to playing up against too, if you given the chance?
So it looks like we've got Frumble and Mystic Vapor in our group as well, if I'm not mistaken. Which we've played both previously. So we're looking forward to playing Flower State Fallout. Watched Chance play and Dart Zone Pro Tour. So they're a really good team, and I'm glad we'll have the opportunity to finally play them. And those other teams in our bracket are also great teams.
Awesome. What about you, Chance?
Very cool.
Well, obviously looking forward to playing Orca, but even if it takes till the finals, looking forward to playing against the A team again. Those guys are cool. I like playing them.
Very
awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys being able to join us this evening. Let's go ahead and move on to the next selection.
Let's see who's going to be joining Magic Smoke and Uno Reverse in Group B. That'd be very interesting. Magic Smoke took first last year, so who is going to be in Group A? Beef Squad. Excuse me, Group B. Yeah. Who we do have in the chat, I believe. And we've got Rascals, who we also have in the chat. So we will have both teams represented on video here as well. So Rascals,
awesome. Rascals, I think we have Mia
in for Rascals.
Mia, we have from Rascals, and then we got Will from Beef Squad. And before we bring on Beef Squad, I just want everyone to know that Beef Squad were the first place winners for this last year's End War Foam Pro Tour. So definitely another team to look out for. Hello, guys. How are you? Oh, well, we have Will.
Pretty good. I'm sorry.
I
can't turn my camera on, but I'm here. Sorry.
You're here in spirit. That'll do.
Yeah.
We have the voice of Mia here for Rascals.
Mia, go ahead and introduce who the Rascals are.
Yo, what's up? I'm Mia, co-captain to the Rascals. The actual captain couldn't be here. I mean, I'm technically not here either. I'm on camera, but so we're a relatively young team based in Maryland. All play pretty frequently at the MDFA. That's how we all met. So our team lineup is myself, Arrow, Adriel, Phil, who's our coach, Charlie, Abner, and Kyle. I think that's the full roster. I could be wrong.
That's a pretty.
But yeah, being in this bracket's actually pretty cool. I mean, Uno Reverse, I just met recently. We went up to TNT, and Magic Smoke is the Jesse, Ben are like kind of the reason I got into the hobby. So it's gonna be fun being bracketed with them.
Very cool. And you guys
don't let the young age of Rascals fool you. These players are vicious on the field.
We are arguing.
I play with them quite frequently, and these are some heavy hitters. Definitely look out for them this year.
Sure. Mia, so you guys competed last year. You guys did okay. But what are you guys planning to do different going into this year's tournament?
I mean, so this year we sort of re-rostered when Era and I decided that Rascals were going to return. We sort of made it so like we were easily the youngest team on the roster. So I think with our age and just two, like we have so much chemistry, and the fact that like we've just been able to.
Did we lose Mia?
Sorry. So we've just been able
Okay.
to like sort of be able to work together pretty well, and it's been nice.
If you see them chugging monsters before the round, watch out.
That's right.
They got youth on their side.
And then we have Will from B Squad. Like I said, B Squad were the #1 winners, first place winners for this last year's End War Foam Pro tournament. So, Will, how are you?
Hey, doing well.
Good to see you. Yeah. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about B Squad for those that don't know.
Cool, absolutely. So I'm Will Terry from Beef Squad. I'm our team captain here for this event. I have with me Flip David and my wife Ashley and our baby. So we're Beef Squad, a competitive dart war and humans versus zombies squad from Florida. We started out mainly playing in local HVZ events and larger HVZ invitationals, and then came onto the scene as competitive players in 2019. Since then, we were 2022 Dart Zone Pro Tour finalists, and most recently, like Dart Sweep said, the 2023 Foam Pro Tour champions. This will be our first time competing at Maryland Mayhem since we missed it last year, and we're all really excited to be able to make it. I'd also like to thank our sponsors over the years. Thank you to Foam Blast, Sea Gypsy Vacation Rentals, the Insight Institute, and Wilco Industries for all believing in us and helping us perform, at a high level over the years. If you're not following us on Instagram, our account is Beef Squad FL, and we're pretty active over there. Give us a follow. Our roster for this event is myself, David Kay, James May, Bo Cleaves, with Maddox Corcoran as our coach. We have some new additions to our team this event in Joey Christensen and Matt Bregg, and we're absolutely hyped to have them. I know I really appreciate when playing with this team. Each one of us is a strong player in our own right, and our teamwork from HVZ carries over a lot to keep us moving in the same direction.
Absolutely. And you guys have a lot of comp experience at this point. How do you think Flag Dash is going to differ from previous comps that you guys have competed in? Did we freeze?
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry about that. My team.
Yeah, so no worries. So yeah, the question was, since you guys have some comp experience, but haven't competed in a Flag Dash tournament before, how do you think Flag Dash is going to be different or compare, or what are you going to have to do differently, do you think, for this tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's a lot different, mainly in cover and how many darts we get. I think we've definitely been working on some recent changes to our arsenal to capitalize on all the darts we're going to get and sending them down the field. We've also been working on practicing with more cover, like Jeremy said, with Orca, and just getting some really good practice in.
Very cool. And who are you looking forward to playing up against? And do you have any existing rivalries from the teams that are here?
I don't know if we have any established rivalries, but it's definitely a really deep field, very strong field. So I think we're looking forward to playing a lot of different teams. I would specifically maybe call out Nebula International, because I think that's a pretty similar team to the one that knocked us out in 2022 Foam Pro Tour.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Very cool. Well, excellent. Well, we are very excited to watch both teams compete. Both Rascals and Beef Squad should be a fantastic first round match. So looking forward to seeing you guys there. So
all right.
Awesome.
See you on the field.
Yeah, we are back to Group C now. These two teams will be joining Orca Company and Flower City Fallout. Let's see who's going to be joining Group C.
And I see the wheel is getting less occupied. We're getting there.
Oh, here we go. Team Mega Double XLs.
There it is.
We got Team Mega Double XL.
Double Mega XL. The moment we've all been waiting for. Can we get Al?
We do have Maritime Foam in the
get
chat.
Can we get Al and Maritime on here at the same
Versus
time?
the Uno Draw 5, who we do also as well have in the chat. Yes.
We can get Anthony and Al and Jason.
We got both
on.
of these guys who'll be joining in just a second. Very exciting.
All right. So we have team captain, Maritime Foam, and who's team and Kevin from Uno. Can we get Al in there?
Al's not in the chat. Al's in the YouTube chat. He's not in this video chat. Al is in the chat, just not this chat.
Am I not enough for you, Andrew?
Get rid of Boom, put Al on there, or get rid of me, put Al on there. All right.
Andrew's just salty he wasn't invited
I see him right
Team
now.
Mega Double XL.
He is. I see him on the screen. He's on the teams. But anyways. Maritime Foam, hello, how are you? Hello from the US.
Hey man, I'm good. I've just been watching this wheel going, I don't want to play any of these guys. Everyone's so good.
So Mega Double XL, one of the crowd favorites, is returning this year. Tell us about Double Mega XLs this year.
Sure. Well, there's it's what you get with that magic formula. Well, everyone's talking about all their practice and all their drills. It's that formula you get when you go, well, that's fun, but I could never make it onto a team. Hey, if I get other guys who would like to play on a team who wouldn't make a team, what would happen? And what happened was we had a lot of fun. It was a really, really good time. It was actually probably a highlight playing in the tournament last year in Maryland. Definitely enjoyed it a lot. I know Al did too. I know my buddy Matt, who came down with me, he had a great time. Nate, Trey, we all had a lot of fun playing. It was a great experience. This year, since people are talking about their strategies, those classic strategies, like I've been doing a little bit of running, so I only grunt a little bit if I crouch and stand up. So instead of like a really loud grunt that'll give me away, now it'll be like a whispered grunt. So yeah, it's a big one.
And who's on the roster for Mega Double XLs this year?
Yeah, so we have the one and only Al the Geek. He's going to be there. We have Captain Xavier. He'll be there as well. My buddy Matt Ritchie, Nerf Dog. He is well below our Double XL standard size and physical makeup. So expect to see him sent down the field first in all scenarios that we're playing. We have Nate Nate. We have Sophie Jameson, or Sophie Lightning. She's coming down to join us too. And we have Trey Lofty.
And Trey's another heavy ringer that you brought in for
the whole strategy is basically Matt and Trey in the front, and Al and I'll anchor in the back.
And hopefully this time
you
Al
heard it
will
here,
actually
folks.
have
when you go against Mega Double XL, aim for Trey.
Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully this time Al will actually have ammo in his blaster before Kale gets to him and runs the play.
That was a sad moment for Al last year.
But also one of the best moments besides Taffy doing a flag pull instead of a flag push. So a fun highlight for sure. So unfortunately Taffy is not
now also
this
in
year.
the rules.
Yeah, we dubbed that the Taffy rule. So make sure that you flag push and not flag pull. This is not capture the flag. This is flag push. So 2 different games. But Taffy's not here this year, so we won't have to worry about that. Hopefully this year. So
we do miss him though.
And then of course on the other side we have Uno with Kevin. Kevin, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. I'm glad that you guys made the rules briefing video for no horseplay. But yeah, super excited to have you guys back again this year. So why don't you go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about Uno?
So we're Uno, the United Nerf Ops. Right now, we're consisting of players between the New York City, Connecticut, and New Jersey tri-state. Sometimes we get players from Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and of course Maryland. We mostly do large casual events in a paintball field, and we also help out with TNT events, and we're always joining their games. And that's how we actually got started with our own competitive Uno team and the sister team Uno Reverse.
And who do you have on your roster this year?
So this year we have 4 returning players: myself, Ben Lamb, Ness Pura, and Rob Webb. And we have 2 new players. One is Mike Sanchez, and one by the code name Irons, who's coming all the way from Sweden to come play with us.
And like we said, you guys have competed before. What are you guys looking to do this time for the tournament? Different strategy, or how you guys going into this tournament this time?
So the best I could say for this one is I know with our new player Mike Sanchez, that allows me to change up my playstyle, and I've been adapting a new playstyle with new blasters. But other than that, all I can say is that we are prepared to rush all day, every day.
And would it be safe to say that people should be on the lookout for a team full of momentums?
Definitely.
Very cool. What are you
As
both
we all know, momentum is key.
We're looking for the spirit versus momentum round is what we're really looking for. What are you both looking forward to most for this tournament? Who are you guys looking forward to playing up against, or just in general, what are you guys looking forward to?
I mean, I'll go first. I mean, I don't think there is anyone really in particular I'm looking forward to seeing. There's so many people that I've met on all the teams that I'm really pumped to just be walking around before the tournament and in between matches and see some people and watch some really good games. So should be fun.
Kevin?
I see a lot of new teams, which I'm really looking forward to playing against to see how they pair up against everyone else we played. Also looking for our revenge match against Orca from last tournament.
I like that. And what's Uno's battle cry? You guys have one?
We have one, but I can't do it right now because there are people in my house sleeping.
That's fair. And of course, I think everyone is familiar with the Team Mega Double XL's battle cry at this point. So
get off my
why don't you
lawn.
go ahead and refresh? Get off my lawn. And who came up with that one? Was that Captain Xavier when he was coaching you guys?
Oh yeah, I think it just came out of a bunch of old man grumping, I think. But I think so.
Very fun. Well, we're super excited to see this matchup. Don't sleep on Mega Double XLs, because I do recall that you guys weren't expecting to perform very well at all. And then, if my memory serves me correctly, you guys ended up winning a matchup against Orca.
Yeah, it's all a blur.
More of the stories.
Yes, it was, man. Old people forget stuff. Yeah, we won that one.
That's right. So watch out. But awesome. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Looking forward to seeing both teams compete.
Can't wait.
So let's get back to this wheel. We only have a few more teams, it looks like. This wheel is starting
Group
to
A with Frumble, Mystic Vapor, Flower City, and Orca. Back in Group A.
No whammies, and that is
Foam Rain.
And
hey.
I don't think we have.
We do not.
I don't think we have a representative for.
Do we have Foam Rain in the chat?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And
that's
Dart Royalty.
Stephen Shelton.
These two are
we don't
sister clubs, so this will be, or sister groups. So that'll be an interesting first matchup, because these two are as I said, sister clubs. So this will be an exciting first match for them because this is essentially what they practice with already, from what I believe.
Yeah. So both teams are based out of Virginia, but they're kind of a hodgepodge collection of players from all throughout. I think Team Foam Rain consists of RJ and Bree, Dan the Wolf of Walmart from Wisconsin. I want to say it's Mason and Matt Ramey, and Gerald and JB. And then I think Steven Shelton, who competed on Foam Rain last year, decided to create a sister team, Dart Royalty, because they had too many players. So I think it's going to be Shelton, his wife Liz, Riley, who's a friend of theirs, Liz's brother-in-law, and I think they have a few more players. But they're basically the Virginia team. And then Team Foam Rain's kind of this hodgepodge team of Maryland and Ohio with RJ and some of the guys from here. So that should be extremely exciting. Definitely looking forward to seeing those teams match up and see how well they do against each other. So that's the only sister team
if you're ever curious. Currently, it looks like the other ones seem to have been split up into separate groups. But I will say, if you're ever curious on team rosters, we do keep them up to date on our website. So if you go to the MFT page and you click on the team that you want to look at, it should have an up-to-date roster with what we currently know. Teams do email us every time they change their roster, so we try to keep that up to date. Thanks to Jess Ben, who is our IT guy, essentially. But let's get back into it. And so that's Group A is done. That is your Group A. Let's find out who's going to be the final one in Group B.
We're almost there, guys. Spin that wheel.
Let's spin that wheel. Who we going to get?
That looks
Who
like
we got
Team
Midnight. Who we do have. We do have Team Midnight.
Thomas, and I believe Team Midnight is an Ohio team.
I'm telling you, versus Code Red. We are getting. This is. We have now filled out our entire brackets. Now we know who's in the last one too. But we do also have Code Red in the room as well. I believe we have. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm looking. Nope. I apologize. That was not Code Red. That was Impact Dart League. I was thinking of that was Josh. Never mind. So we do have Tom from Team Midnight. We do not have everyone from Code Red, unfortunately. But let's bring in Tom.
Thomas, how are you, buddy?
Not too
Love
bad.
your
How about you
lighting.
guys? Thank you. I've tried to do something flashy back here.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Team Midnight.
So bear with me, I'm a bit nervous here. Hey guys, I'm Thomas, aka Brother Seeger. I'm the captain for Team Midnight. Team Midnight was originally founded by Jason Daly of Midnight Blasters. He has a Lynx mod shop, really cool guy. Check him out. So the team was originally made for Boiler Dome Ion Rush tournament at Purdue University, but we've pretty quickly evolved over time, I think. So this will be our first major tournament, which we're really excited about. A lot of our team consists of members all the way from Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. So basically most of the Midwest around here. So pretty cool about that. Joining us for this tournament, we have 6 total players. We have our team coach, Dave Watzik. And then we got to our players, Kieran Mole, Ian Johns, David Pio, and Jack Moran and myself. So, yeah, we're definitely really excited to be playing. This will be the first time our full roster will be playing on a field. It's been trying to practice and all that,
Sure. And this being your first comp, what do you think your strategy is going to be, or what are you looking out for?
So a lot of our players, I mean, we all do have some competitive experience. That was pretty nice. Throughout practicing, I think, we're just going to try to stick to our plans. We've been practicing and studying the fields and all that, trying to think of ideas how we can play. So I think if we just stick to those plans and try to just play well and play coherent and all that, I think we're fully capable of having a lot of great success.
And what teams are you looking forward to seeing compete or playing up against?
Of course, I got to give shout outs to our local teams, Foam Rain and Dart Roll at Sea. We've actually had RJ and Bree and some of their team down here practicing with us, so that's always been a lot of fun. And then, of course, Frumble nearby. It's cool to have our local teams out there playing. But yeah, we're just excited to play everybody. You know, it's always good seeing friends up north because that's where a lot of my good friends are now, it seems. So yeah, we're definitely really excited.
Very cool. And do you guys have a variety of springers, or are you guys flywheel heavy, or what are you guys looking to bring onto the field, would you say?
Probably primarily flywheel is what I would say.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Is there anything that people should know about Team Midnight?
Well, I was being told by one of my guys, if you're to look out for anything, look out for the drip. You know, we pretty flashy out in here, you know. So
I like that. Excellent. Very cool. All right. Well, appreciate you coming on. I think that only leaves a couple teams left. Obviously, I don't know if we need the wheel to do the math on that, but the last two remaining teams are.
We have Nebula and Nebula it's Nebula International first, and then Nebula for the purposes of the rest of the group stage. That's how I say it. So we do have a Nebula v Nebula fight.
So that is very
following, I guess, the Nebula lore. This is not the first time that this has happened.
I said in the chat earlier that if we end up playing against each other, it's grid, so I'm calling out now.
We do have Tahova in the chat with us, as well as Zokos again. Zokos will be speaking for Nebula, with Tahova speaking on behalf of Nebula International.
Blame the wheel of destiny. It was destiny.
We've been watching it.
Sure. We'll blame on that. I would like to mention that
there they are.
All the Singaporeans are currently refunding their flights as we speak, so I guess we'll see half of Nebula.
And just a friendly reminder, the first round is really just for placement for the finals, as long as you don't score or aren't one of the bottom two scoring teams. So it's all relative, but this should be a pretty interesting match for sure. Tahova, tell us a little bit about Nebula International.
Let's start. Well, we have three Singaporeans. We have Gavin Fuzzy, our favorite Singaporean designer. We have Piggy, and we have YQ. We have me, obviously. We have another Nebula member, English, Mantic, and then we actually have a sixth player from Dauntless who we're picking up for Maryland, which is going to be a little fun. International forum, well, not really forum, but it was a necessity for RAG because we had three Nebula teams on the field, and we did have a Nebula v Nebula incident there too in one of the group stages. So hopefully we don't have issues with refs with 10 players on the field all wearing the same jersey.
Yeah.
Dispute. You guys can't see this, but Hicks and Blue keep throwing up the dispute sign in the background. So, Jason Zelkos, tell us a little bit about other Nebula.
So hi, I'm Zelkos. I am the co-founder of TNT Events with Jed, who's also going to be on the team as well. We were a lot of the most, if not all, of the members are returning from Team Smog, which was the second place of last year's Maryland Pro Tournament. We've been practicing a lot at TNT Events between me, myself, and I. The roster is also going to include Luke from Out of Darts, Kale, Egg King of Games, Eli Wu, Beret, and someone who played with us at Jeff. Okay, dispute. So just so everybody knows, Jeff is literally trying to bait all of us to do this, so that's why I'm totally doing it. And then on top of it, Smug was actually one of the teams that didn't dispute last year. So remember that. I followed the rules. So anyways, and then on top of it, Gotham will be Gotham, who was on RAG, our team for RAG Oktoberfest, where we went under the name of Neb East just for less confusion than there already was, and where we came second as well. So which Boom was actually on that team as well too, which was totally a lot of fun. We're mostly composed of East and West Coast players. We all get as much practice as we possibly can. Eli is looking to get his revenge story arc finished from last year, and we're ready to go.
Very cool.
Now, here's my question: is this going to be the year that you break your curse of second place?
I don't see that as a curse. I see it as consistency.
That's
fair.
Well,
That's fair.
Let me rephrase it this way: you lost by one team and only by a few points. Do you have any specific strategies that you plan on enacting specifically for the team that took you out last year, Magic Smoke?
Yeah, actually we do. Last year we made sure that Jed was hurt, so that way he couldn't play against Magic Smoke. So that way we can, give them the favor of it. So he was just the coach last year. He's actually not hurt this year, so he's our secret weapon to actually completely win this one. So just let you know, that was like the whole strategy.
So
we wanted you guys.
Your
to
whole
have the
strategy rests on Jed's shoulders.
So,
go ahead.
What are both of your strategies going to be going into playing each other in this first round match?
I can speak for all international. First off, I'm not supposed to be team captain. Piggy or Gavin, Mr. CEO of Planning, should be, but I got voluntold, so here I am. Our plan will be just to wing it, because that's what we did at RAG and somehow got third place.
I was gonna say dance off, but
that works.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
So does Nebula International want to have like 3 back-to-back matches again? Should we set that up for you? You seem to do well with that at RAG.
Like Zelko said, consistency is key. So yeah, if we do back-to-back matches again, well, you'll hear our battle cry. There'll be 2 battle cries. It'll be rigged and just us groaning after walking in front of the camera.
I would like to make.
I'm getting pinged incessantly. I need to do a shout out to our sponsors real quick. Gavin Fuzzy, Out of Darts, Roboman, obviously TNT Events, Matter Hackers, ROT Clothing, Lunkar, Lazy Nerf Uncles Club, and Nerf Trading Post. We want to thank our sponsors a lot because we couldn't do it without them, and it makes life a little bit easier when we're on the field. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. One thing I'm looking forward to from Team Nebula is to see how many times Eli Wu ends up crashing into cover this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
Which is also in the rules this year. It's going to be a competition between Eli and Kobe from Magic Smoke, I believe.
That's right.
Those two.
I was really upset when you were mentioning in trucking cover that we didn't have Eli's picture of it. I felt picked on after that.
There wasn't a picture. I didn't have the footage.
There's footage around here somewhere, but yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it for next year's video. We'll do a montage.
There you go.
There's a montage.
Excellent. Well, both teams are very seasoned vets as far as competing. Obviously, we know the Singaporeans go hard, and also Nebula. You guys have competed in a lot of events. What would you say other teams need to be on the lookout for as when they go up against you guys?
I think they've already left, Andrew.
No, I'm still here.
No, they're back.
What
they're back.
People need to be what people need to be aware of against us? Is that what? I'm sorry.
Yeah. What should people watch out for?
I'm going to refer back to Jeff's, our darts.
Popular.
Just running past them, just in general, us running past them with the flag, that kind of stuff. The basics. We, at the same time, we really love having fun with everybody. And for me, seeing all these teams, as someone who competes very regularly, and seeing all these teams join, we went from 13 to 18 teams in 1 year, which is awesome, right? So we're just, I can't really say watch out for anything that we do. It's like I feel like we actually have to watch out for things that we may not have seen before.
Absolutely. Tahova, any final parting words? You're muted.
Tahova, you're muted. Say it again.
I was going to say everything that Zelko said. I second that notion. As he is team dad, I will let him have final say on everything.
That's fair. Well, that should be a very interesting first match to see. Nebula up against Nebula International. I'm definitely looking forward to see how that turns out. Definitely going to be exciting to watch that. A lot of good players there. So, but I think
extremely.
So I think that we're right at 10 o'clock. So that was about 2 hours. I think that kind of brings us to the conclusion and wrap up of our selection day here. I just want to thank everyone that was able to join us, specifically all the captains for the teams that were able to join us this evening. Of course, shout out to all the sponsors and vendors and all the volunteers that are donating their time and effort towards helping making Maryland Mayhem the sequel part 2 happen this year. Like I said, be sure to thank all your event organizers. You see Boomstick, Just Ben, Cordell, World Foam Alliance. They'll be doing the live streams for the event, and of course all the UMBC admins and mods. Everyone has worked extremely hard, tirelessly. I think we started working relatively immediately after Maryland Mayhem last year, around June going into August. So it takes literally almost a year full circle to get things organized. And we're learning as we're growing. We're excited to be on this journey with everyone. Again, I want to very specifically shout out and thank Boomstick Mods for all the work, time, and effort that he has done for this event, not only for Maryland Mayhem, but for the Maryland Foam Alliance ourselves. So make sure you say thank you. We will be back here next Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. with our regular scheduled programming with Al the Geek and Captain Xavier for another episode of Get Off My Lawn. And then I will be back the following Wednesday with our regular scheduled Foam Zone live stream show. I'm not quite sure who the guest is going to be. Definitely have some people lined up that should be very fun to have on as guests coming forward. So, but yeah, Maryland Mayhem is less than a month away. If you have not registered already, please go to the Maryland Mayhem website, register. Even if you're not planning to compete, come check out the tournament on Friday the 19th. We'll have vendors there. And according to Jeff, there won't be any disputes whatsoever this year. So, and then of course, the Saturday, the main event, UMBC Invitational, is going to be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, please go join the Discord. Make sure you're up to date with all the posts that are going on there and released. And then, of course, 11th hour Blaster Battle and BlasterCon following Sunday. Check out all your vendors, support the community, meet your favorite foam flingers in the hobby, and come say hi to us. Boom! Any final words that you'd like to say?
Yes. For those of you wondering, we will be filling out the entire group stage bracket, so you'll know every team that you're playing. It was already pre-decided. and as we draw the names, you got put into whatever teams were already set up. So the team that you're going to be, the other two teams that you're going to be competing against in your group, that is all going to be on the Maryland Foam Alliance website, on the Maryland Foam Tournament page. It'll be shared most likely tomorrow or whenever it is. The website gets updated with that bracket, so you'll know your entire group stage matches and you can prepare for it. And it's going to be very exciting. I am looking forward to being able to watch. Me and my refs are very excited. We have been talking about it a lot, so we're going to do our best to make sure that everything is done by the book. So looking forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah, so like I said, we'll be back here next Wednesday with the regular scheduled programming for Get Off My Lawn with Al the Geek and Captain Xavier. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, don't forget to register yourself or your club on the worldfoamalliance.org website. And yeah, this is going to be a very exciting month of April, full of foam flinging fun. So definitely looking forward to it. Everyone be good, be safe, be kind to each other, and look forward to seeing you guys all soon. And remember, every time you fling some foam, don't forget to dart sweet. See you guys soon.